Continuing to follow our breaking news out of Washington, D.C., a live look on the scene at the Potomac River. It's dark. It's about 33 degrees. There are chunks of ice in that water as search and rescue teams are looking for any victims of this collision between a military helicopter and an American Airlines passenger jet just about to land at Reagan National Airport just before 9 p.m. last night. Take a look at the moment that collision happened. You see that fireball over the airport runway, that collision between those two aircraft. That military helicopter, by the way, was on a training flight.
Yeah, the rescue efforts continue, and the Pentagon has launched an immediate investigation here. The FBI and NTSB, they're on the scene right now. At least 12 bodies have been recovered from the water already, but no survivors so far. You can see the video here of what appears to be the helicopter being pulled from the water. This is actually the video of the moment of impact via Earth Cam, showing the helicopter going right into that American Airlines flight. Now, we understand there were 3 members of the military on that Black Hawk. 60 people and 4 crew members were on the passenger jet. Multiple eyewitnesses described what they saw moments leading up to this deadly collision.
I hear 2 bombs. It's not like any bombs I've heard before, something I've never heard before in my life. And they were like seconds apart. Immediately, I looked up the window and there were like some smokes at the south side of Reagan Airport there is a marina right over there, Washington Sailing Marina.
People witnessing that right from their living rooms. We have 11 Alive team coverage for you this morning. Karis Belger is at Hartsfield-Jackson International tracking delays and cancellations.
Let's start with Ariana Maniz. Ariana, a frantic search this morning for anybody on that aircraft. Where do things stand right now?
That's right, Cheryl. First responders from local, state, and federal agencies, they've been searching the Potomac River for hours after that mid-air collision between that American Airlines plane and the Black Hawk military helicopter. So far, what we know, no survivors have been pulled from the river and fatalities have been confirmed. We're learning that the American Airlines flight was landing from Wichita, Kansas, attempting to land at Reagan National Airport when it collided with the Black Hawk military helicopter. We know that first responders from multiple agencies, they're using divers and special equipment to search the frigid waters of the Potomac, looking for any survivors from the 64 people on board the American Airlines plane and the 3 people on board that military helicopter. NBC News is reporting nearly 20 bodies have been pulled from the river so far as search and rescue efforts continue, and that's according to 2 sources familiar with search and rescue efforts this morning. As those search efforts continue, the American Airlines CEO is expressing sorrow for the search and for the families and loved ones involved. Take a listen.
We're cooperating fully with the National Transportation Safety Board in its investigation and will continue to provide all the information we can. Our cooperation is without pause, and we want to learn everything we can about today's events. That work will take time, but anything we can do now, we're doing. And right now, that means focusing on taking care of all passengers and crew involved, as well as their families.
The CEO says American Airlines will have what's called a GO team on ground in the nation's capital. He says that he's headed to D.C. as well. They've also set up a special helpline for loved ones of any passengers that were on board. As you can imagine, many people are searching for any information that they can get about their loved one who was on board that passenger plane. They say they are working around the clock with the team to be in contact with the passengers, their loved ones, and their families on board that American Airlines flight. Reporting live from Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, I'm Ariana Maniz for 11 Alive. Back to you.
Ariana, thank you. We know this is a very fluid situation, and as she was reporting, our executive producer feeding us the latest information that now more than 30 bodies from an NBC affiliate that is being reported there in the DMV area. More than 30 bodies have been pulled from the water right now. Let's go to Karis Belger. This is going to be a domino effect in the skies today. Karis, DCA closed until at least 11 a.m. How is this impacting flights out of Hartsfield-Jackson this morning?
Well, just before we came back on air, I was speaking with an airport spokesperson. This is, of course, something they are monitoring very closely here at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. They confirmed that there are 5 cancellations and 1 delay and 1 delayed flight that are impacted. Those flights were headed to Reagan National Airport today. So, of course, they're still looking at this, but right now, that's where those numbers stand. We have been speaking with people throughout the morning, folks trying to figure out what's going on and if their flights were impacted. For the people we did speak with, they are all right. They're saying that their flights are on time. But for people who are flying directly to Reagan National Airport, 5 cancellations and 1 delay. So certainly waiting to see what else will come of this. I'm, of course, going to continue to reach out to people, try to get some more information, and I will keep you updated with what I learned. With what I learned at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, I am Kara Spelger. Back to you.
Karis, thank you. Of course, this is a developing story, a lot of moving parts this morning as those rescue efforts are happening right now, so these numbers will continue to change as well. Remember, you can watch more coverage on 11 Alive Plus, our streaming app, by downloading it for free.